I am the president and owner of TRC Consulting Incorporated, which is publishing and recording, and I do seminars to help kids or young bands or whatever how to process and get their CD or their music out to the world. I'm also the singer-songwriter of the band Buck 69, frontman.
Tell me first about Buck 69, how you got involved with them.
Started back in 2000. I'd been away from music for quite some time and played a lot as a kid and everything. And my son, my oldest son Alex, he said, "Dad, we need to get out and play." And I said, "Well, okay." So we started some acoustic stuff on Wednesday nights, open mics around Toledo. And I started, writing again, that type of stuff, and we started doing some of our own stuff. And about 2 years later, 2002, he says, "Oh, we got to do a band." And I said, if we're going to do a band, I said, we're doing it my way, and I'm going out and hand-pick the people for the band. So I went around Toledo, listened to a lot of different bands, and I found several different people from different bands. And I told them that my objective was to only play bigger shows, fairs, festivals, and not really do the bar scene because I'd done that as a kid, and to record an album, original songs, be original, be our own actual unique band. And so we went out, we found these guys, we put them together, and we've been together ever since.
In that search for the band members, did you use the internet at all as a tool? No?
Not at that time. I have in the past, if I needed someone to fill in, if we had a show and someone wasn't available, I have used the internet to find somebody. And I've actually used the internet to help. As I've went through the years here, I've got a good base of friends that are musicians here in Toledo. And for instance, if they need someone, a lot of times they'll send me an email or something and say, "Tom, can you help me find a bass player, or do you know a harmonica player, a drummer, or someone that might be interested in doing this?" For instance, I just had someone the other day was looking for a guitar player in a blues rock band, and I gave them 3 or 4 people's names, that type of thing. And so we all kind of keep connected on the internet that way, so we all know each other.
So tell me now a little bit about how you use the internet to sell music.
First off, so I started on the internet back in the 80s. My 2 sons were at Wade High School, and the one wanted to be a writer on the newspaper. So we went and got a computer, said okay, and so I started learning how to use a computer. I mean, I got into it, crashed a bunch of them and all that, and I got really good at using it. Plus, I have a business management degree, and so I know a lot about marketing, that type of stuff. And it's grown from there. And so eventually, when we decided to do the CD for Buck 69 and stuff like that, I knew that we were going to need to do our own marketing. And that's what we did. I mean, I went out there, and for 2 years straight, I learned all the places, how to get the music onto the internet, how to sell it worldwide, how to get it to the right places as far as blogs. Blogs are very important. There's tons of blog writers out there in the world that specialize just in certain types of music. And you've got to find those people, those ones that like to write. You got to send them your CD and say, "Hey, write me up, give us your opinion," that type of thing. And if they've got 1,000 people that follow them on a blog that all like blues rock, then you got 1,000 people that are saying, "Hey, who's this guy? We got to check him out," and they're able to find you. And then that's the next key, is being able to be found. You have to go to every place that allows you to upload your music or whatever for free. They can't download it without buying it or go somewhere to buy it. But you want to put it there so they can hear it, get a sample, that type of thing, and then say, "Oh yeah, I'm liking it. I'm really digging that guitar. I want to learn that lick," that type of thing, and download it. And you have to make it accessible to them.
Where are some of those places that people upload their music to a huge audience on the internet?
Right now, the main places well, first off is The one thing you want to do is when you record a CD, a lot of people record CDs and they make them and they say, okay, I'm set to go. But what they don't realize is you have to immediately file for, it's called an IRS, it's IRSC. And what it is, a digital code that goes in the front of every song. You can't hear it, you don't know it's there, but it's just licensed to you. It doesn't cost anything. And then once you have it, you would assign it to each song that you record. And then what happens is every time that's played anywhere, it's getting counted as far as on the charts and stuff. And so a lot of people, they make CDs, they put them to CD Baby or wherever, and they might get played 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times. But if they don't have that number on there, they're not getting counted. They're not getting recognized. And it's just, they might make 10 cents off of it, 60 cents, but they're not getting recognized. If they're wanting somebody to see, hey, I'm selling 1,000,000 songs a month, recognize me, pay for my next CD, get me out on tour, that type of thing. They have to do that first before anything else. But I would say get your CD made, have original songs, go to CD Baby because they can help you then get it posted to iTunes and Amazon and all the places that sell it on the internet, and that gets it out there. The other thing that the internet has done is they now have, it's called like 350, 355 radio, which is highly recognized internet radio around the world. And you, say once you have the CD done and stuff and you're ready to release it, it's set up and ready to go, you can go there and you can post, say, 3 of the top songs from that CD for $300, $350. And they will do a worldwide release to all the radio stations that on the internet, Italy, Germany, Switzerland, Russia, you name it. And they'll do a worldwide release and put those 3 songs out there just for download for the radios, for internet radio. And then you put it out there and and they start playing it on the radio, and now you're hitting hundreds of thousands of people that are getting to hear that song, and they say, oh, who is that? I want to check them out. And then they say, okay, yeah, that's Severe Weather, or Buck 69. And they'll go and check you out, and then that gives you another opportunity to sell things. That's huge. That's huge.
Now, going back maybe like 20 years ago, before the internet became an important player for a lot of things, a lot of businesses, how has promoting music really shifted?
You're going back to like phase 2. The music is right now 3 phases. There was phase 1, which was like the 50s, 60s, 70s, and it was a guy, his guitar, a couple guys in a band. They got in a van. They went to Nashville. They went to Chicago. They went to New York. They recorded a song. They took their $100 that they had, recorded one song. They got it pressed onto an album or whatever, and then they drove around in their car to every little honky-tonk or little bar or any club that would let them play, and they try to get that record on the radio. That was phase 1. Phase 2, we went to the MTV phase. And it moved from trying to get on a record label to trying to get on a record label MTV. But what happened was the record labels changed, and they only wanted a very strict group of people. You had to have the looks. It wasn't being unique anymore. It was, you had to have the looks, you had to be young, you had to be a certain type of music, and they controlled the music for a long time with the MTV thing. And it left out a lot of people and unique music that wasn't original bands, that type of thing, that just weren't getting heard at all. Now we're in phase 3, which is the internet has opened up this door for the independent artists, these unique artists that have their own thing, their own original sound. And it could be somebody that's 80 years old or somebody that's 6 years old. That's really awesome. And it doesn't go by looks or anything. You're there, and it allows you to be there. And it opens up the door to YouTube, that type of thing. And you can go out and you can record something. And you can become famous. I mean, look at the Korean guy. Is he Korean? That's out there doing his little dance thingy now, or what?
Yes, why?
Yeah, sure. And I mean, he does one song now. He's famous. You know, he's putting on shows for 500,000 people. But now this third phase is, it's not as much as important as far as having a record label as trying to work, save some money, get a good video, have originality, be good, you know, and you can get out there and people can see you and you're making yourself available. And you have to be able to do that by being able to be on like CD Baby on the internet and be able to have your songs downloaded immediately, like on iPhone, that type of thing. You have to be on Twitter and that stuff, where fans want interaction. For so many years, your artists were, of course, country artists. They always had the key to this. They were real close to their fans because they shook your hand. They met their fans, that type of thing. And I mean, if they stayed for 5 hours to sign autographs, they stayed for 5 hours. They were interactive with the fans. And what the internet is letting you do now is almost the same thing, because a guy in a band, he's in his car, he's got a flat tire, and all the guitars are sitting over on the side of the road, and you're trying to get it fixed. A guy's putting that down on Twitter, and his fans know, hey, I'm on the side of the road fixing it flat. I'm just like a regular guy, just like you know? And that type of thing. And that's phase 3 that they're in now. But you have to know how to do that, and that's going to put you in front of millions of people and allow you to do that.